And so the next thing we are going to want to calculate is um, not the instantaneous velocity, but what we want to do is we want to figure out what is the average velocity. What is the velocity of the person over a long period of time? Cool. Well, if you and I think that there's a bunch of ways to do this, but the way that I would like to do this with you folks is actually to use a graph. Um, so I showed you the computer way of calculating the instantaneous velocity using using an Excel spreadsheet, but or any kind of spreadsheet really. But what I want you to do is I want you to actually learn how to use a full-on graph, which I think is really important to do. So check out this graph right here. Here's the graph of our information of our data. And do you see, all right, so you see two different kinds of lines. I see two different kinds of lines at least. Um, Now you need to make your own graph of this, but the two different lines I see are, I see a straight line that is going up and to the right. Do you see that, Josh? All right, and then I also see a portion of this graph that is actually more like a horizontal line. It kind of goes, whoop. All right, so let's look at the straight line that is going up and to the right. What I need you to do is print out this graph after you made it. And you're going to get a graph that kind of looks like, all right, so let's recreate that graph. It kind of looks like this. Actually, you know what, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like that. It looks like this. Do you agree? And it's not even kind of straight. There's actually more, it's kind of curved like that, up a little bit. Cool. More to the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's kind of all over the place. So what you're going to do is what I want you to do is after you printed out your graph, I want you to take a ruler. And to be honest with you, a clear ruler would probably work best for this one. So if you can find yourself a clear plastic ruler, that would be the best. And then what you want to do is you want to align this ruler so that the line that you draw, it's not connect the dots like you did in kindergarten. Like you wouldn't draw your line like this and then try to connect every single dot over here. Okay? What you want to do is you want to draw a straight line. Now, the line might not touch all the dots, and that's fine. What I like to say is, as long as the line that you end up drawing has about the same amount of dots on the top, above the line, as it does below the line. That's called the line of best fit, or at least that's what I call the line of best fit. Are we cool? All right. So after you get this line, if you want to figure out the average velocity, all you got to do is figure out the slope of this line. Now, there's a couple ways to figure out the slope of this line, and I don't even really describe it to you very well in my instructions because I expect that you know how to do this in your Algebra 1 class or even your 6th grade class. Sometimes they explain it that early. Exactly. Take 2 points and use the formula. What formula do you use, my friend? You use this formula right here. The definition of slope is equal to rise over run. Not run, which is equal to, so that's telling me slope is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And all you do is after you make your line, you find 2 points on this line. I like to find the points that are furthest away from each other. And I like to use a really big graph. The bigger the graph, the better. So, by the way, when you make your graph, delete the legend. That takes up space and there's no point in it. And you're going to get kind of a graph that kind of looks like this. See? What you do is you find, okay, what is the y value of this point right here? And so the y value is, I don't know, whatever it is. That would be whatever this value is. You read it. And you figure out, what is the x value? This will be 0.2, so this is usually written as x2 comma y2. this part will be point 1, so we'll call this x1 comma y. All you do is you plug it into this formula, and you can figure out the slope. That is your average velocity. That is the velocity that this balloon is moving, is, let's say, average velocity it was moving over the course of its trip. Is that cool? All right. Well, my friend, you have a week to complete this project. Ask me questions because I just wrote this project up this morning, so I hope that there aren't any mistakes. But I had fun teaching you. I hope that I didn't confuse you too much, and I hope that you enjoyed learning about buoyancy and also graphs.